And do you say I would never kill myself just for the record in case, like other famous people we hear of you hanging from a bed?
Well, yeah, I mean, when I was in jail, I think there was 3 or 4 suicides in the first couple of weeks.
And were they suicides?
I believe so, but it was making me very nervous. I was like, are they setting up a pattern here of suicides? I'm like,
Suicide.
yeah, it's scary.
That is scary.
Yeah, it is scary. So I have to make it very clear. And I also think another reason I'm so happy, despite the fact I feel like I'm a public enemy, is because being happy angers these people. My only weapon against all of these people and all this garbage is to smile. There are people sitting in a dark room right now. There are people in a room right now, as we speak, full-grown adults, professionals, trying to put me in jail. There are teams. There's a prosecutor and his underlings sitting there, analyzing my entire life, every message I've ever sent, everywhere I've ever been, everyone I've ever spoken to, ever. As we speak, trying to put me back in a dungeon. At the same time, there are people sitting around trying to cancel me, get me off the internet, make sure I have no influence, no work. They're sitting there. They've frozen all my bank accounts, have taken almost 20% of my car collection, almost. They've put me in jail, and they've done all this to me, and they're sitting there trying to attack me, and I smile. That's my weapon. That's my weapon. Take me to fucking jail. I don't care. And that resilience is how I fight against them, because I believe this is a spiritual war more than anything else. The reason they're trying to attack me is because I'm seen as a hero to so many young boys, and that inspires bravery in the young boys. So they're trying to kill the hero. So I can't allow them to make me sad or miserable or depressed. I refuse. I refuse. I will smile in my jail cell. I refuse to be afraid or scared or depressed. Happiness wins. Love wins. I'm happy. Shoot me. I'll smile. If they were to come and put a gun in my face and say, time's up, I'd say, I knew you were gonna bang. That's the weapon. What else am I supposed to do?
Are you still having nightmares?
My nightmares are gone. And you know what? I'm gonna be very open about this. I'm genuinely sad about that.
Sad about what?
My nightmares leaving me.
Right.
Because it was a new level to the game of life, I guess.
New experience.
It was interesting. It was kind of fun, you know, like before I go to sleep. In jail, I had that. There's my room. I'm glad I went to jail in the winter. I guess it'd be a lot worse in the summer, but there was a really bad infestation of cockroaches, and they were always in the blankets. And when you slept, you got warm, so they'd all the insects and bed bugs, everything would try and attract you. So you'd wrap up and put your trousers in your socks. And I had like a pillowcase I put over my head to stop them getting in my mouth. And like there's insects everywhere. Yeah.
It's like I'm a celebrity.
They're all over the ceiling. And for a while before I go to bed at home, I'm kind of like looking in my covers for insects and stuff. And I catch myself doing it, going, this is unique. You know, before I go to bed, I check all my stuff, and then I get in bed and I'm not relaxed, and I think there might be something crawling on me, and then I go to sleep and I wake up in a panic. But the whole thing to me was almost I was almost observing it in the third person. I was almost like, oh, cool. This is something I've never done before, and I got a lot of training done. I mean...
Well, because you couldn't sleep.
Because I couldn't sleep, yeah. So I was like, all right, let me just go bench press another 20,000 kilo.
Yeah.
Because I'm not one to waste time. I mean, I certainly got a lot of my life in order. And I think the reason I miss it now is because I sleep 5 or 6 hours a night now. But back then, 2, 3 hours max. I got tons done. I made a bunch of money. My training was on schedule.